The Tennessee Vols travel to Gainesville to take on the Gators.
Tennessee fans are hungry to chomp on the number 8 Gators in the game of the week.
I'm Shea, this is Jace. Welcome to the PCS Volcast. We cover the SEC and everything Vols, so subscribe for more and like the video if you enjoy the content. We're going to go over how each team can win, the key players, and our prediction.
Yeah, so Tennessee coming off a win against Arkansas and Florida coming off against a loss against Kentucky. That was a really good game. Both of them were good games. Let's just kind of jump right into it here. I think how Tennessee can win. We know that Florida is an elite offensive team, and Florida is an elite defensive team. So Tennessee just has to dictate the pace of this game and make sure this game is a defensive-oriented game. Florida can score with a bunch of guys. Their top three guards, Walter Clayton, Will Richard, and Elijah Martin, are all very, very skilled offensively and get you buckets in multiple ways. And on the flip side, Tennessee has Chaz Lanier and Jemai Mashack. Chaz Lanier is a fine defender too, but mainly those two guys. They're going to be headhunting these Florida guards all game. So I really think that Tennessee has to play slow in the half court on both sides of the ball to limit the number of Florida possessions, because that's their game is playing quick and getting a lot of possessions and just getting the ball in the hands of their talented guards whenever possible.
Yeah, and also for Tennessee, we need to secure rebounds and close out possessions.
Yep.
Florida has the highest rebounding differential in the SEC. Igor and Felix need to be dominating the paint since our guards are going to be closing out a lot of the time.
Yep.
So we can't give them second chances because of just how good they are at scoring.
I mean, we've seen somehow Zakai Ziegler get a lot of rebounds this season. He almost got a triple-double, a few weeks ago. Mashack, Lanier, Gainey, they're all pretty good rebounding guards. But I really do think their rebounding ability is going to be more or less neutralized this game because of how much attention they're going to give to the Florida offensive guards, I guess you could say. I 100% agree with you. We saw Igor have a really good rebounding game against Arkansas, and that just needs to continue. Rebounding is a pretty indicative stat, I guess, when it comes to who's good and who's not. We just need to out-rebound Florida for sure if we want to win this game.
And then a way that Florida can win is hope that Tennessee gets into one of their shooting slumps, because when you add that, being on the road and just how good Florida is at scoring, you're probably looking at a win.
Yeah, I could see this game snowballing quickly for Florida if we do get in our slumps like you were talking about. The fact that it's going to be at Florida, the fact that, we can just be inconsistent offensively, we just need to make sure that we are getting good shots if we're Tennessee, because I agree that is a way for Florida to win. And then going back to Tennessee, I think another way they can win is to really kind of flex their muscles on their bench specifically. I think Tennessee has a much better bench than Florida does at this point in time. Really, Florida only has one guy, and Thomas Hall, I believe is how you say it, who contributes on their bench a lot. Tennessee has 2 to 3 any given night. Jordan Gainey is a 6th starter for Tennessee. Cade Phillips is always going to give you good minutes. He's kind of a ferocious rebounder and just a good inside guy. And then here and there you have Darlington Dubar, Bishop Boswell, guys like that who will give you some juice. If Chaz Lanier isn't getting hot, which is going to be concerning for Tennessee, we really need guys like that to step up. And then my last way for Florida to win is just kind of trust their guards to be elite. Nothing really too crazy here. They probably have the 3 best guards offensively. Alabama is in that conversation as well. But just, top to bottom, they're just very good. They're, as you said, tough shot makers, really elite scorers. And it all starts with Walter Clayton. I mean, he's just a dog. He had like 33 points against Kentucky. So, although that didn't outright win them the game, that's pretty much on the right track if you want to get a win against the number 1 team in the country here against Tennessee. So, I know they have a tall task against them with this Tennessee front line defensively, but, they're just so good across the board. I think they can get it done if they trust their guards.
Well, let's take a look at their key players, too. Mine starts with Zakai Ziegler. I mean, I think he needs to show just how good of a leader of men he is, just how good of a teammate he can be. This is going to be a really tough road environment for the Vols, and like I was talking about, for Florida to win is getting them into a shooting slump. I think Ziegler can, get in their head pregame and maybe avoid that from happening.
Yeah, I mean, our best player is obviously Chaz Lanier. We have Igor Milicic as another guy, but everything starts and stops with Zakai Ziegler for Tennessee, and it kind of has been, for the past 2 or 3 years, more or less. I 100% agree with you. He's our leader. He is the guy that Florida is going to be spending most of their game plan against. I mean, if Ziegler can get us, 15 easy free points just with assists, with lobs to Akpara, or setting up guys like Igor or Chaz off of pin-down screens, I mean, that's going to be a lot of help when we need to score every point we can against this high-volume Florida offense for sure. I had, along the same line of thinking, our defensive backcourt. That includes Zakai Ziegler, Jemai Mashak. Just these guys are going to be matching up against this elite Florida trio all game. If they can really stymie the Florida offense, I think that'll give a chance for Igor and Chaz, to put up points so this game doesn't snowball so quickly.
And then for Florida, the key player, I think, is an obvious one, Walter Clayton Jr. The man is amazing at threes. He put up 33 against Kentucky.
Yep.
We really got to be able to hold him down, but that's going to be one of their key players for sure.
He's a big game player. I expect him, as you said, 33 against Kentucky. I expect him to do well against us. In that game, we just got to try to hold him as much as we can. For me, I have Alex Condon. He's kind of a jack-of-all-trades, Swiss Army knife for Florida. Very skilled, for his size. He's going to be competing with two, really big guys in Igor Milicic and Felix Akpara, in the paint this game. And if we game plan all of our, time towards these three guards, Alex Condon could burn us.
And then last but not least, what you're all here for, of course, is our PCS final score predictions. If you don't know, the PCS is a really fun and easy way for you and your friends to predict the final score of Tennessee matchups, including this one. So that's exactly what Jason and I are going to do today. I'm going to go ahead and say 79-78. I'm pretty nervous for this game. I do think it's going to be really close, like buzzer beater type thing. Maybe we see Gainey at the end again.
Who do you have winning?
Oh, Tennessee.
Tennessee?
Yeah.
Okay. That would be something special. I mean, we already saw a game-winning layup, as you said, with Gainey against Illinois on the road, too. That's one more thing that I neglected to talk about is this Tennessee team has been tested on the road a little bit with Illinois and Louisville. So I don't really know if that'll be that much of a problem, but that would just be amazing just to see us kind of walk it off.
I mean, yeah, a great game and a win.
Against our rival, that would be amazing. Unfortunately, I do not feel the same way. I mean, I think we have a good chance to win. I'm not going to say we have no chance because we are an amazing team, obviously, but I just think, Florida's coming off a loss, dropping 2 in a row in this kind of tough SEC is going to be, kind of bad. It's at Florida. Road games are just really hard. So I have 87-82 Florida Gators. I'm sorry, Tennessee fans.
I am pretty surprised by this. I just don't see a Tennessee loss. I'm not going to blame it on Florida's schedule. Obviously, they haven't had the same schedule as us, and they played a close one against Kentucky, but we aren't Kentucky. You know what I mean? I see us just kind of playing better as a team and pulling it out.
That's the only thing that does make me skeptical about this Florida team is that their schedule has been pretty weak. Ours hasn't been anything crazy either, but I think it's been tougher than Florida's. But yeah, they pitched a good fight against Kentucky. I think maybe if that was at Florida, they could have won the game. They also just kind of choked at the end. Their free throw shooting was bad. I think another factor, they don't really have a true point guard. They're just kind of having Walter Clayton be their de facto point guard. But yeah, I don't know. I just think that it's going to be tough. Florida, every team is going to give us our best shot. We're the number 1 team in the country. We're the only undefeated team in the country. So I just think, it's going to be tough to win these road games.
But again, let us know what you think. Go predict on thepcsonline.com. It's super simple. You literally just do what Jason and I just did. See what your score comes out to be. But thank you so much for listening to the PCS Volcast. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video. This has been Shea and Jace.
Go Vols!
Go Vols!